Sorry, I got a phone call really quick. Had to check that. I guess he's going for the door, huh? He doesn't need to verify to go through that door, but... What's your plan, Santa? What are you doing? He can't get through any numbered doors with just 2 people. What is he thinking? Didn't I tell you? I'm Santa Claus. It's time for me to go make a wish come true. Wait. Is he referring to that story about how he wanted to make his sister happy? I think that was it, right? And that makes actually more sense if you think about it, because his sister is a Kane. And he said she died. Oh my gosh, the truth was there the whole time. That's it? That's all he's going to give us? What the heck does that even mean? Oh, they're out. So he's going backwards? Okay. And now the gate's shut. Looks like the rest of us are stuck in here. They're all looking at me. What the heck am I supposed to do about this? Think some of you are on your own, guys. At least Seven's headache is gone. He seems to be alright. Well, I guess there's no harm in trying. Let's see if this door still opens. Well, it looks like this door isn't opening anytime soon. You think maybe we can make a pyramid up to that one room that leads to the other rooms? Or leads to the air duct? You mean we're trapped? So it would seem. What the heck is Santa trying to do? Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh, what? Have you considered where we are? There can really only be one thing Santa would do now. No. No, you can't be serious. Oh, but he is. Oh, we've got to do something. Maybe we can still get out through door 9. There's the red. Yeah, alright, we can do this. I've just got to... No, it's not going to work. There's no way. The 5 of us can't open this door. Is there any combination that'll work? Junpei, can I borrow your pen and notebook? Well, sure, we've got nothing better to do. Might as well do some doodling. Sure, why not? I don't think I'm going to need them. Ever again. Well, she certainly looks purposeful. Looks like she's writing equations. A lot of them. Man, she doesn't look very happy. What? Hey, no need to be ripping pages out like that. Jeez. What the heck are you doing, Clover? Give me that. Wait, we still do have that one 6 bracelet, don't we? Maybe we could use that? Alright, at least 7 got it away from her. Maybe now I can get a look at what she was writing. Let's see. Two plus 4 plus 5 plus 7. Then there's no other way. Lotus. Looks like she'd figured it out, though. Man, this is just too cruel. It's okay. Go. Lotus. Come on. You know we can't do that. Oh, don't give me that. I'm sure you'd love to get rid of me. Ah, you idiot! Whoa, where the heck did that come from? Looks like she expected that about as much as I did. Without, if you're not... Look, it'd be bad, alright? For a cop, he sure doesn't have much confidence. Bad? Yeah. If there weren't idiots like you around, I'd be out of a job. Huh? Look, I'm just not leaving you behind, alright? End of story. 7. He's right. I'm not leaving you either. Me too. You don't honestly think I'd abandon you, did you? You're all idiots. Act as tough as you want, Lotus. We can all see you're about to cry. That being said, however... I doubt we would be able to open the door anyway, even if we were to leave Lotus behind. Huh? Why? I trust you remember what happened to Ace? I couldn't, see exactly what happened, but... I was able to guess what he was attempting to do earlier, at the red. Oh, yeah. That's what I was thinking. We can't get through that door. No! What is this? Why? The digital root should be 9. It has to be 9. Then why isn't it opening? Just to see, why don't we give it a shot? Give it a shot? Yes, that is what I said. And that should work. You were right. It ain't opening. But it did open 9 years ago. The digital root was 9 then, I'm sure of it. You think maybe they changed the settings? Perhaps. If we can't get through the door, we can't get out. The walls are way too high. There's no way we could get to that hole 7 popped out of 9 years ago. All we can do is stand here and stare at this door with a 9 on it. I guess this is it. This is the end. That can't be the end. I was watching. I had watched everything that was reflected in his eyes. I was listening. Every sound that vibrated in his eardrums, I heard. Is this God? Smell, taste, touch. I felt everything he felt. I knew. I knew everything about him. Creeper. What was he thinking? What he was feeling? What he was sensing? All of his feelings and worries and fears became mine. My mind, my consciousness was inside of him. Through the morphogenic field set, we were resident, and we were as one. I was him, and at the same time, I was an observer. It started with a tremendous noise like a clap of thunder. What if the twist is the player, I am Zero? You're Zero, you're the one that put them through this game, because you picked it up, you bought it, and you turned it on. They would have never gone through the game if it wasn't for you. It started with a tremendous noise, like a clap of thunder. That was approximately 9 hours ago. A bomb had gone off on the ship we were on. That was when my resonance with him began. My resonant event melted into him, and we became one. Inside of Junpei. Ugh. I found myself in Junpei's mind, 9 years in the future. But I didn't lose myself. I was living in 2 realities at once. One was the present, and the other one was the future. Perhaps you can think of it as 2 movies showing on the same screen at the same time. Eventually, it becomes difficult to separate them and determine which movie is which. However, if I concentrated, I was able to focus on one or the other. That was why I was able to grasp what was happening in front of me. Hey, look at all those kids that aren't important in the back, and then there's the important kids in the front. Come on, over here! That was my brother. Oi, he was screaming. Oh, is this... Oh, okay, so this is Akane. I followed him. Around me were 7 other children. They'd all looked like they were about my age. Come on! Hurry up! We ran down a long, straight hallway and burst into the large hospital room. Everyone was arguing. 2 of the boys got in a fist fight. A girl watching them began to cry. I want to go home, she cried. I want to go home. Another girl slapped the crying girl and glared down at her. It had been 2 hours since an honor game began. We were starting to fall apart. But just when all hope seemed lost, Light started talking. He was blind. 9 years later, we would call him Snake. Hello, everyone. Yes. Could you come over here for a moment? He was older than most of us, and his voice had authority and dignity. The fights died down, and we gathered around him. I have a little sister. She's very important to me. Right now, she's over in Building Q and is desperately trying to send information over to me. Her name is Clover, and today is her 9th birthday. As she spoke, he pulled something from his pocket. Ah! In his hand were 9 4-leaf clovers. I was going to give these to her as a birthday present. I was outside picking them when I was abducted. I'm sure I've already told you, but I'm blind. For a man who can't see, collecting 9 of a very specific plant is, well, it is difficult. But my sister means a great deal to me, and I hoped these would show her how much I cared for her. Since it's her 9th birthday, I thought 9 four-leaf clovers would be appropriate. Sure. Every one of you is a brother or sister in building Q with Clover. For their sake, we have to survive. We have to get off the ship. Do you understand? If we're going to do that, there are 3 things you have to remember. We need to trust and love, and we have to have faith in one another. If we can take all 3 of those to heart, then I promise that good luck will come our way. Did you know that the leaves on the 4-leaf clover mean faith, trust, love, and luck? Those words are leaf words. So if you believe what I told you and you understand, then I want each of you to have these. They're a promise between friends. He gave a clover to each one of us. I took one too. Eventually, he was left with only a single 4-leaf clover. He had one last thing to say. Now, don't ever forget. So long as you have that, we will always be connected. Do you understand? When he had finished, the tension of only a few minutes before was gone. We were calm. After that, we ran around the ship for a while longer and opened several of the number doors until we finally found a door with the number 9 on it. In fact, there were 2 doors with 9 on them, and we found them in the chapel. We split into 2 groups and we walked through the doors. And went into the incinerator. I would still show a little bit of hesitation walking into an incinerator. Before long, we all found ourselves in a room with a ceiling that looked like an upside-down funnel. For some reason, this room had another number 9, but this time, it was only 1. Oh, there's only 1 door, that means only 5 people could escape. So, I guess they couldn't all get out if there's only 1 number 9 door, unless something else is supposed to happen. What are we going to do? There aren't any other doors? We began to panic. Then, as if things had not gotten bad enough already. Uh-oh. Warning. Warning! Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged. Automatic incineration will take place in 18 minutes. Please evacuate the incinerator immediately. Repeat. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged. What? What's happening? What did that thing say? That didn't sound good. My brother, Oi, swallowed hard and answered. I think it means this room is gonna burn. Burn? The plaque on the door says incinerator. And that voice said that the incineration is about to start. And incineration means to burn. No! Help me! Abject terror filled the room as everyone began to scream and cry. Every pair of eyes were filled with despair. Then, this weird old guy popped out of the wall. He was a huge, frightening mountain of a man, as large as a bear. 9 years later, we would call him 7. Don't worry, kids. I'm not your enemy. I'm one of the good guys. I'm not going to let any of you die. I'm a detective. I'm here to rescue you. The rest happened just as 7 had said it would. The 4 of us who had stayed behind were saved by 7. We crawled through the vent, away from the incinerator, slid down the hall. We came out on the other side of the door 9. On the wall opposite of the door is a set of double doors. We already know about this, so I'm kind of just skipping through this until something changes. As we ran, I led the way. Behind me were Nana, my brother, Oi, Snake, and 7. The other children, the one who'd gone through door 9 before us, were up ahead. I could hear them cheering each other on. We ran and ran and ran. We leapt through as many stairs as we could and kept running. The stairs spiraled upwards like a tornado. Eventually, I pulled ahead of the rest. Perhaps Nana had slowed them down. I didn't want to lose them, so I slowed down as well. I didn't stop, but I glanced over my shoulder from time to time to see if they had caught up. That was when I realized. Oh no, where is it? Did I drop Jumpy's present? Oh, I knew I had had it with me when we passed through the vent. Are you serious? Is that why she died? Because she went and got a stupid present. Then had I dropped it as we slid out? I had to go back. I had to. But I knew I couldn't tell the others. They would stop me. I was sure of that. I didn't stop to think. I simply moved. I ran to the central hall, the room that had connected all the other areas of the ship. and hid in the shadows, and moments later I felt a run of wind as they ran past me, up the stairs. I waited until they were out of sight, and then I ran. I moved as quietly as I could, down and down and down. Finally, I reached the bottom deck. I ran into the hallway and looked around frantically. There it is! Is it the four-leaf clover? It was just where I thought it would be, sitting under the opening of the vent. I ran over and snatched it from the floor, but as I ran back towards the stairs and freedom... I've come to destroy you! The door to the incinerator opened, and a man stepped out. It was Hongu. Gintaro Hongu. 9 years later, we would call him Ace. Ah, how wonderful to see you decided to come back. His smile made my blood run cold. It looked mechanical, as if someone had simply pulled up the corners of his mouth. Come with me. If you want to live, we must continue the experiment. I shook my head, eyes wide. Slowly, I began to walk backwards. No, you walk faster. You walk lots of steps really fast. Then I spun around and broke into a run. I felt Hongu's hand close over my left wrist. I said, come with me. There was an edge of insanity to his voice now. Come with me. I pulled as hard as I could. No, I don't want to. Let me go. Please, let go of me. I shook my body and flailed my arms, trying desperately to get Hongu to let go of me. But I was still only a child. I was no match for a man like Hongu. Just that tie and that hat, they're so powerful. Stop struggling. Do as I tell you. He heaved on my arm, trying to pull me into the incinerator. I screamed. Help me! Somebody help me! Then suddenly, Akane! The door to the stairs flew open, and my brother Oi burst out of it. Behind him came Seven and Snake. Akane! He cried my name again as he leapt towards Hongu. You came back! You came back! I cried out. Ha, you're too late, idiot! Hongu threw his full weight against my arm, pulling us both into the incinerator. Ah! The force of it threw me onto the floor. I scrambled to my feet and looked towards the open number 9 door. Hongu stood between it and me, but behind him I could see my brother's fists clenched. But those fists never reached Hongu. With the cold, heartless screech of metal on metal, the door slammed shut. Hongu glanced at me mechanically, his face registering that there was an object there, but not anything he would consider a human being. That's because he probably couldn't tell what it was. Then he turned away and walked to the red that sat next to the door. He reached into his pocket and removed 2 bracelets. He waved them both over the scanner panel. 2 asterisks appeared on the red. He checked the screen and then tossed the bracelets carelessly onto the floor. What was he doing? What was the point? He made no effort to explain himself, of course. He said nothing at all and walked past me as though I were nothing more than a rock by the roadside. A few moments later... Dang it. The double door slid shut as well. Faintly, I could hear someone pounding on the door behind me. I turned around and ran towards the door of the 9. Akane! Akane! Are you okay? I could hear a voice from the other side of the door. A worried, frightened voice. Help me! My throat was already raw, but I screamed as loud as I could. My voice echoed lonely around the empty room. What should I do? I think I'm trapped in here. Where's Hongu? He went out the other door. What? Then it started again. Warning, warning. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged. Automatic incineration will take place in 18 minutes. Please evacuate the incinerator immediately. I would if you didn't lock the doors. Man, I knew what it was going to say, but that is one heck of a creepy voice. I knew it. It's starting. Santa started the incinerator. Oh, we just transitioned. Okay, I was like, why are they in the past? Ugh. Man, I never thought I'd hear that voice again after 9 years. What the heck? What the heck? What are you talking about? It's 9 years this and 9 years that. And when it's not 9 years something, then you're talking about some sort of experiments. What in God's name are you talking about? You aren't making any sense. I'm sorry, Lotus, but we really don't have time to explain it right now. I promise, I'll tell you everything once we get out of here. But automatic incineration will take place in 17 minutes. Well, we don't really have a way out, right? You know what that means, right? Incinerate means burn. What kind of an idiot do you think I am? I know what incinerate means. Well, okay, fine. I won't ask anything else. Talk about whatever you want. But you have to do something for me. 7. Figure this out. What? Why me? Just shut up and stop this thing. How the heck? There has to be some sort of emergency shut-off button. There isn't anything like that. How do you know? Because I looked for it 9 years ago. Yeah, Lotus isn't happy about that. Can't really blame her. Wait. The floor, it's moving. Really? What? What the heck is that? What the heck? What else can I say about it but... What the heck is that? What else could I say but... What? Oh. The floor opened and a machine rose out of it. It looked like a computer. At least it kinda did. There was a monitor, a keyboard, and a cross-shaped device of some kind. Something about the machine scared me, but I forced myself to walk up to it. I was terrified. Tears poured down my face. I wiped them off, even as more took their place, and forced myself forward. Finally, I reached it. I looked at the screen. It was blank. Oh, okay. All I saw was my own frightened face, staring back at me from the glass, drenched in tears. And that's what Akane saw when she was in the incinerator 9 years ago, and this is what he's seeing now. All I can see on the screen is a reflection of my own face. I'm looking kind of freaked out. I know I'm sweating like crazy, but seeing it kind of drives it home. Okay, Junpei, just calm down, alright? Everything's gonna be okay. Yeah, man, I wish that thing would shut up. Automatic incineration will take place in 15 minutes. Alright, back to this thing. If it's only showing up now, then it's gotta be important. But what am I supposed to do with it? Hey, move! Yeah. Hey, we're all tense, lady. That doesn't mean you gotta shove people around. Okay, it's turned on. There's nothing on the screen, though. This is bad. This is really bad. If there's nothing on here, how are we supposed to do anything with it? Sure, just push buttons. I'm sure that'll... Oh, gosh, no, not Sudoku. Oh, it's like the worst thing in the world. What's on the screen, though? What is this? What the heck? It looks like some sort of puzzle. It's got a bunch of numbers scattered across a 9x9 grid. The numbers range from 1 to 9. Do you think that if we solve this puzzle, the incinerator will stop? Yeah, well, we can hope, right? Alright, puzzle, how do you work? Aw, man, that voice again. How long do we have now? 14 minutes? Take place in 13 minutes even. 13 minutes. Can we really do this? My heart feels like it's gonna pop. My heart was pounding, like it was about to explode. I stared at the puzzle on the screen. I was sure I had to solve it, somehow, but I had no idea how. My connection to Jumpy had been gone for a while. His mind was gone. I couldn't get any more information from him. I felt the seconds tick by as they stared at the screen, completely lost. My cheeks felt hot as tears poured over them. Then I heard a voice. Hey, what are you doing? It was muffled. I turned around. Pressed against the window of the entry door was a face, a frightening, evil face. Oh gosh, that face again. It was Hongu. How long had he been watching me? Ah, don't know what to do. He was yelling, but his voice was still muffled. It's simple, really, but I suppose I might as well tell you. Just solve the puzzle on that machine. His laughter was muffled by the door, but it still tore at my heart like the claws of a vicious monster. I bit my lip and glared at Hongu, struggling to hold back hot tears. You're a terrible person. I hate you. Oh my, how can you call a gentleman such as myself with my nice top hat and my spectacular tie a terrible person? That's not very nice. I'm quite fair. I don't use tricks or play dirty. You see, I've even left you a way out. A way out? Didn't you hear me? All you have to do is solve that puzzle. Do that, and you can stop the incinerator. What's the point of stopping it? You'll only capture me and make me do this all again. I'm not gonna listen to you. You're just gonna throw me back in here. I might as well just die now. My goodness. Haven't you listened to anything I've said? I told you, I'm a fair man. If you solve the puzzle, the verification function of the red will in turn activate. Ah, so maybe that's what we have to do. We have to solve this puzzle to be able to use the red. If this experiment is to deliver valid results, there must be a chance of success. If you succeed, you will escape. The verification function of the red? Then I remembered. Before Hongu left the room, he had scanned 2 bracelets into the red. Wait. Does that mean she actually didn't die? Ah, so you do remember. Right now, there are 2 numbers in the red. The first is 1, and the second is 3. Say, Akane, what's your number? I looked down at my left hand. The face of my bracelet showed a 5. She's 5 this time. I ran to the door with the 9 on it. I grabbed the red and put my hand against the scanner panel. Oh. You really aren't one for listening, are you? I hear Hongu's muffled voice from across the room. I already told you, didn't I? Once you solve the puzzle, the verification function of the red will activate. In other words, if you haven't solved the puzzle, you can't enter your number. Could you, stop pressing your eyeball against the glass? What kind of a fool are you? Why are you doing this? You could never understand. You don't know what it's like to spend every day surrounded by monkeys. Now, start the experiment. Solve the puzzle. I can't. I don't know how. Of course you don't. Isn't that the point? You understand, don't you? Access the morphogenic field and find the solution. I can't. Then you'll die. You'll burn alive. It's going to be quite hot in there in a few minutes. I imagine it will be very painful. His horrible laugh echoed across the room, and even after his face disappeared from the window, I could hear it. Automatic incineration will take place in 10 minutes. We should get started on this puzzle, Junpei. I was crying, gulping great gulping sobs, broken by hiccups that shook my body. I was terrified. I could feel my fear pressing down on me like a tremendous weight. Somehow, I forced my shaking legs to carry me back to the device. I stared at the empty monitor. I can't. I just can't. There's no way. I can't figure this out. What was I going to do? I didn't know. I didn't even know where to start. Fear scattered my thoughts, and all I could think of was how I was so bad at Sudoku. My palms were sweating, and my blood was boiling in my veins. It was hot. So hot. I couldn't breathe. I felt dizzy. My heart roared in my chest, as if it would pound itself to pieces. I reached into my pocket. I wrapped my hand around the thing I'd come back to get. the doll Jumpy had given me. At least, I had that. I held it tight with both hands and prayed. Help me, Jumpy. Help me. Help me. Help me. Jumpy. Jumpy. Please. Help me. Jumpy. Akane. Akane? Who the heck is Akane? Shut up. Just shut up. Seven and Lotus don't understand. I think Clover and Snake have an idea, though. Clover's looking at me. And I think Snake may have figured it out. No, it doesn't matter. They're in my way. Where'd she go? Maybe over here? Akane! Akane! Can you hear me? Akane? Say something. Did something break our connection? I swear, I just heard her. Akane! Answer me! Akane! Jumpy? I spun around. I heard a voice. His voice. I looked around. It wasn't in the room, of course. But I'd heard it so clearly. Like he was right there. Jumpy! I screamed as loud as I could. Immediately, I heard him call back. Akane! Jumpy? That's her. She's there. Then that means... Akane! Are you in an incinerator right now? Yes, I am. How did you know? Now, I understand what Santa meant. Right, there's only one way to help her. You were brought here to help my sister. To save Akane. Oh, I get it now. I think I get it now. Automatic incineration will take place in 7 minutes. Jumpy! We don't have time! As quickly as I could, I told him that I had to solve the puzzle in order to solve the incinerator. Got it. And I do. I get everything now. I'm now God. At last, I finally understand what all of this means. I know why the non-honored game was held today. I know why we were kidnapped and brought here. It was all for this moment. All of this was planned out to lead to this one moment. Oh my god. This is insane. I can't believe it, but there's only one possible answer. June is... 0 is... Akane Kurashiki. Really? She recreated the history of the future that she had a glimpse of 9 years ago. She tried to save herself that way 9 years ago. No, she's trying to save herself right now. That means that there's only one thing for me to do. Even if this is all some sort of insane plan, I will save her. I will save... Voice crack, Akane Kurashiki. I must save her, no matter what. Automatic incineration will take place in 6 minutes. Jumpy? Yeah, I know. Just hang on, alright? I promise I'll get you out of there. I'm not gonna let you die. I promise. So don't worry, alright? Just give me a few minutes. Okay? Okay? My voice shook as I answered. It was hot in the room. It felt like my heart was on fire. 6 minutes or not, my heart burned with the feelings for him. Alright, time to get to work, Junpei. Gosh, is Snake talking to them about something? Whatever, it doesn't matter. Get out of my way. Hey, what are you... Just trust me, okay? Sorry, Lotus, I didn't mean to snap, but there's a lot more at stake here than your pride. I'll apologize later, alright? Now, let's have a look at this thing. We've got numbers all over this grid. Now, if I'm looking at this right, I'm going to need to fill all the empty squares with other numbers from 1 to 9. But I can't use the same two numbers in any horizontal or vertical row. The same is to go for the 3x3 square with the thick lines around them. That means I need to put different numbers in the horizontal and vertical rows, as well as the 3x3 spaces. I think that's the rule here. Alright, bring it on. I'm gonna do this on my own, with my own mind. I'm gonna solve this problem. I didn't know we were gonna do another one of these segments. Oh gosh, upside down. Okay, gotta hold the DS upside down. I'll flip the images for you guys, just so it's not as confusing. That's weird. And we're gonna stop here for today, just because I don't know how much more of the game is left, but we've been going for a long time, and nope, we're gonna keep going.